Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something intense. It's a story about betrayal, the kind that cuts deep and it unfolds almost like a thriller. Our source is this incredibly raw first-person account. And our mission here isn't just to, summarize what happened. We want to unpack the deception layer by layer, understand the real costs, emotional, relational, and follow one person's journey to finding their voice after someone tried to silence them completely.
Yeah, and what's really striking is you see someone actively fighting to reclaim their own story, their own truth, when someone else basically tried to write this devastating final chapter for them. This goes way beyond just a marriage ending. We're looking at some serious moral questions, the impact of gaslighting, and honestly, the incredible strength people can find when they finally stand up.
Okay, so let's dig in. It starts with Lowell. He's already banished to the couch, has been for months apparently. This wasn't like new territory for them. It's 2:11 a.m. He hears his wife, Trina, whispering, laughing in the kitchen, thinks maybe it's a work call.
Right.
And then he hears, he won't do anything. He never does. He's just safe. And then the word that just gets him.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy. Wow. That one word, it just hangs there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It tells you everything about the calculation involved, how little she thought of him, and the immediate aftermath is just as cold. Next morning, breakfast, she looks at him and just says, "I regret every day with you." Like that, no emotion.
Unbelievable.
He's stunned, obviously, takes off his ring, walks out, and she just yawns, like he's an inconvenience leaving. Think about that feeling, being completely disposable. How do you even process that? It's this quiet demolition, right?
Yeah.
Designed to make you question everything.
So a week goes by. Lowell's in this cheap motel, totally off the grid, just reeling. And there's a knock. It's Mara, the Trina's best friend, their maid of honor. She looks terrible, like she hasn't slept.
Right, and she doesn't even wait, just barges in.
And says, Trina's not who you think she is. You need to stop her before it's too late. Imagine Lowell's confusion right then. Stop her from what?
And this is where it all starts to unravel, the full picture. Mara just lays it out. Trina's moving assets accounts, house investments all into her name. But it's way worse than just money. She's building this narrative, telling people Lowell is unstable, neglectful, even emotionally manipulative.
And Lowell's first reaction is apparently laughter. Like him, manipulative.
Yeah, the irony, right. But then it hits him, all those years of apologizing for things he didn't do, walking on eggshells, sending her flowers when she was mad at him.
Oh, man.
It clicks. This wasn't sudden. This was a pattern. Years of manipulation he just didn't see.
And Mara has proof. Screenshots from Trina's private chat with coworkers. Trina calling Lowell a financial safety net, mocking his emotional fragility, bragging she's close to freedom. And this line, this is chilling. I've been timing everything. He won't see it coming. He'll fold like always. What does that even say about their relationship?
It says there wasn't a relationship. Not really. Not in the way he thought. He wasn't a partner. He was a resource, a convenience. It's classic coercive control, build trust, seem normal, but secretly plan this exit that leaves the other person completely gutted and confused. It's psychological warfare, basically.
But Mara, turning on her best friend like that takes serious guts. What made her do it?
It really does. She apparently bought Trina's story at first. Lowell was boring, needy, whatever, but then she saw Trina enjoying it. Smiling about it, gloating, playing games with his life. That's what sickened her.
So it wasn't just about the lies, it was the cruelty.
Exactly. Mara said, "I don't know when she stopped loving you, but I know when she stopped pretending." That was months ago. It became a moral line for Mara. She couldn't be complicit anymore.
Wow. So Mara hands Lowell this flash drive. Everything's on here, she says. Emails, bank stuff, messages. And Lowell just feels numb. Heavy tongue, thought slow. He realizes he's not grieving a marriage anymore. He's preparing for war.
And Mara's final words to him are key.
Yeah. She thinks she'll crumble, that you'll run and hide, but if you make your move first, she won't see it coming. Suddenly, he has a path forward. Agency. So Lowell's alone in this motel room, plugs in the drive, opens a file. It's a bank transfer, $4,900. Joint savings to her personal account. Memo. Paris Fund Phase 2.
Paris Fund.
Right. This is 2 years after she canceled their anniversary trip to Paris for a supposed work emergency, and he used that exact money to remodel the kitchen for her.
Oh, that's just insult to injury. Each file is like another stab wound.
Exactly. Then he finds this iMessage screen recording, Trina talking to someone called S. She's so confident, so cold. It's almost done. I'll cry if I need to. He'll believe whatever I say. He always does.
Always does.
Trust me, he's the same guy who apologized for sneezing too loud. He'll sign whatever I put in front of him.
That level of contempt is staggering. How common is that complete lack of empathy you see there?
Well, it points to a really transactional view of people, doesn't it? Seeing others as objects to be managed, not partners. You often see it with certain personality types, like narcissistic traits, where there's just no remorse. They exploit trust, predictability, the desire for peace. They build a whole false world around you.
A world designed to benefit only them.
Yeah. But the worst part, maybe the most dehumanizing, is this audio file from a girls' night Zoom call. Mara recorded it. Trina thought her mic was off. She calls Lowell her charity case. Says she stayed out of pity.
Oh my God.
Gets worse. He worships the ground I walk on. It's exhausting. He's just emotionally low maintenance. That's why it's been so easy.
Easy, there's that word again.
And you hear the other women laughing. Then Trina says, he's background noise. I need to start hearing music again.
Background noise, just wow. How do you even come back from hearing that?
Well, Lowell apparently walks to the motel mirror, looks at himself for a long time, and says out loud, you were never safe. You were silent.
You were never safe, you were silent. That's the turning point, isn't it? The moment the internal narrative shifts.
Absolutely. He realizes that keeping the peace, avoiding conflict, actually made him vulnerable to this whole demolition. That his silence was mistaken for weakness.
And that peace wasn't real peace anyway, it was suppression.
Right. So when Trina's lawyer calls soon after wanting to start the asset transfer paperwork, Lowell's ready. He says, send it over. I'll be waiting. But this time, no blind signing.
And then the actual divorce petition arrives. No fault filing, except it's full of faults, all pointed at him. Paints him as erratic, bad communicator, shirking responsibilities. And the line that really stings, spouse exhibits dependent behavior, likely to resist separation.
Just twisting everything. Framing his love, his commitment, as neediness. It's character assassination disguised as legal paperwork.
Totally. It's designed to preemptively discredit him.
So Lowell gets a lawyer, Eugene Metz. Sounds like a character. 60s, dry wit, wears tweed in the summer heat.
Ah, love it.
Eugene reads the file, kind of chuckles at Trina's audacity. But then Lowell shows him the flash drive, tells him the whole story. And Eugene's demeanor changes completely. He looks at Lowell and says, you're not filing for divorce. You're filing for fire.
Filing for fire. Okay, what does that mean exactly in this context? More than just fighting back, right?
Yeah. Eugene explains it's about going on the offensive.
Yeah.
We don't just respond, we counter. We expose. We build a case so airtight it'll suffocate every lie.
So using her own deceit against her, leveraging the evidence of fraud, manipulation.
Exactly. And psychologically, it's huge for Lowell. It's not about revenge, Eugene stresses that. It's about truth. It gives him back his power, his narrative.
He's no longer just reacting to her script. He's writing his own.
Right. And that night, Lowell writes this 8-page document. Not angry, he says, just honest. Listing every sacrifice, every time she chipped away at him, every apology he gave that he didn't owe. Just the facts. Brutally honest.
Cathartic, I imagine.
Must have been. He emails it to Eugene, the lawyer's response. Perfect. This is your spine. I'll turn it into armor.
Wow. Okay, the quiet man is definitely gone.
Yeah. So, fast forward to the preliminary mediation. Smells like old paper and mildew in the courthouse. Trina's there, navy blazer, fake smile plastered on. Her lawyer starts rattling off, demands the house, all the assets, spousal support, even the dog she never bothered with.
Just going for everything. Shameless.
Lil just sits there, lets him lay it all out. Then Eugene arrives, calm as anything. He puts one USB drive on the table, some printed papers, and just says, clearly, something like, we have evidence of concealed bank transfers, private conversations detailing asset manipulation, and admissions of dishonesty.
Boom. Just like that. The air must have changed instantly.
Totally. Trina goes white. Her lawyer looks shaken. The judge raises an eyebrow, asks Trina if she understands this is a sworn proceeding.
That single USB drive, it's the physical proof that shatters her illusion of control. It forces reality into the room.
And Lowell sees it. In that moment, Trina looks at him. And he sees this crack. Not guilt, he realizes, just pure shock.
She genuinely never thought he'd do it. Never thought he'd fight.
Never. She expected him to fold, like always.
But wait, there's more, isn't there? Mara shows up again.
Yeah, during a break, second surprise visit. Hands Lowell a manila envelope. Says this isn't about the divorce, this is about before.
Oh.
Inside, evidence about Jasper Quinn, Trina's ex, the one she swore she cut ties with years ago. Photos, messages, spanning years. Things like, he still brings me coffee every Sunday like clockwork, and I don't love him.
Uh-huh.
I just don't want to leave empty-handed.
Empty-handed. So the plan went back even further. A double life.
Seems like it. Concert selfies from years ago, restaurant receipts, even boarding passes for trips booked under her maiden name with Jasper. A whole secret life running parallel.
How does someone maintain that level of deception? The compartmentalization required is immense. It speaks to a real lack of conscience, frankly.
It's mind-boggling. And then the next day, another piece falls into place. Lowell gets a call. It's Jolene, Trina's cousin.
No way. What did she say?
Jolene confesses. For 2 years, Trina had been feeding the family and friends this story. Lowell had a breakdown. He was unstable, manipulative, even threatened her.
2 years. So she was poisoning the well long before she even left, building this narrative to isolate him, discredit him preemptively.
Exactly. It's a full-blown character assassination plot, designed so no one would believe him when the time came. Talk about gaslighting on a grand scale.
That's next-level manipulation, weaponizing social circles. Just insidious.
But the final nail, the absolute coldest piece, comes from Mara again. Another screen recording. A Zoom call. This one's recent. Trina, Jasper, and a lawyer. Planning. Trina says confidently, he won't even fight back. He'll fold like always.
There it is again. Her core belief about him.
The lawyer mentions a contingency. And Trina says, even if he tries to fight, we have the therapy note.
The therapy note? What therapy note?
A fake one. Mara confirms it. A forged document designed to make Lowell look like he's not all there, to destroy his credibility, his sanity, if he dared to challenge your story.
Forging a therapy note? That's depraved. It crosses such a fundamental line. It's not just about money or assets anymore. It's an attack on his very reality, his mind.
How do you even recover from knowing someone was willing to do that to you?
It's an incredibly deep wound. It requires rebuilding trust, not just in others, but in your own judgment, your own perception of reality. It's a long road.
Okay, so final hearing. The atmosphere must be electric. Trina walks in, looking polished, confident, like she's still expecting to win. Lowell is just quiet, resolved.
And Eugene?
Eugene's calm. Leans over to Lowell and apparently whispers, you know, there's a special kind of joy in letting someone think they're winning until they aren't.
Oh, brilliant. And then he drops the hammer.
Big time. Eugene presents everything. Jolene's notarized statement about the 2-year smear campaign. The forged therapy note with confirmation from the clinic that it's fraudulent.
That's huge. Proof positive.
Then the Zoom recording of Trina, Jasper, and the lawyer. The screenshots. The bank records. The boarding passes. And the final blow. A signed statement from one of Trina's own coworkers admitting Trina told her to help hide money transfers.
The whole tower just comes crashing down, every lie exposed, documented. What does that feel like? For her and for him.
For her, probably sheer panic, the shattering of that constructed reality. For Lowell, it's validation, not smug victory, but profound relief. The gaslighting finally stops. His truth is out there, undeniable.
And the judge.
The judge lays it out, says something like, Mrs. Delaney, you're not only in breach of financial trust, but this court finds evidence of willful deceit, attempted character defamation, and potential fraud.
Wow. No mincing words.
None. Lowell gets the house, the remaining assets. The judge explicitly mentions his right to pursue further damages for the fraud. And Lowell's reaction? Nothing. No smile, no fist pump, just a deep breath, a quiet exhale.
That quiet breath says it all, doesn't it? It's not about winning against her. It's about winning back himself, or reclaiming his peace, his truth.
Exactly. Healing isn't about vengeance. It's about integrity, living in your truth.
So the story ends with Trina leaving with just one suitcase, and Lowell later having coffee, real coffee, the source notes with Mara on his porch.
Yeah. Mara asks him, you okay? And Lowell thinks for a moment, then says, I think I finally might be.
From silent to finding his spine, as Eugene put it. It's a process, not instant, but he's on his way, living in truth.
So for everyone listening, what's the takeaway here? If you're maybe in a situation where keeping the peace feels like it's costing you pieces of yourself, remember Lowell's realization. Peace without truth is just quiet heartbreak. That really stuck with me. Choosing yourself, your reality, over a comfortable illusion.
Absolutely, and know this. You are allowed to stand up, even if your voice shakes, even if you think you'll fold. This deep dive, it's a powerful reminder. Facing hard truths is, well, it's devastating sometimes, but it's the only way to reclaim who you are, to dismantle the lies somebody else might be trying to build around you, and to finally write your own ending.